Antoine Griezmann might be the best player in the world right now, with him playing out of his mind for Atletico Madrid this season. For the past few years, there have been a ton of question marks surrounding Griezmann, with him not performing to his high standards at Barcelona, and him initially not doing well with his return to Atletico Madrid. However, in the present day, Griezmann has absolutely silenced those critics, and is genuinely looking like one of the best performing players in the world right now. So therefore, it's only right that we go over Antoine Griezmann's impressive return to form recently. Before we go over Griezmann's 23-24 campaign though, we have to talk about his fall from grace when he moved to FC Barcelona. Before the move in the summer of 2019, Griezmann was easily known as one of the best players in the world. He was the face of Atletico Madrid and always showed up for them, like dragging them in the Europa League final to help them win the trophy as one of the many examples. Also, he was one of the main faces of the French national team, with him playing a huge part in helping his country win the World Cup. So with Griezmann being rated so highly, and also the fact that he wanted to leave Atletico Madrid where he made so many great memories with the club, he decided to join Barcelona, where they played his €120 million release clause, and Griezmann eventually became an FC Barcelona player. However, as we all know by now, his time at FC Barcelona wasn't impressive whatsoever. In his first season for Barca, he underperformed his goal contribution stats massively, with him only getting 15 goals and 4 assists in 48 games. And the next season, he only got 20 goals and 13 assists in 51 games. Now don't get me wrong, these are good stats, but when you pay €120 million for someone, you're expecting world-class stats and performances. And with Griezmann, this just wasn't the case. Now there could have been a ton of reasons for Griezmann's drop in form. His confidence not being there, or him not being the main man of the team like he was with Atletico Madrid, since Messi was the main guy obviously. Then by the summer of 2021, it became clear that Barcelona were done with Griezmann, and they didn't want him at the club anymore. That's when Griezmann and Atletico Madrid agreed on a 1-year loan deal return. Now Griezmann was very happy to be back at the club he loved, but the fans weren't. In fact, they were still pissed that Griezmann would still dare to come back after betraying the team and the fans a couple years prior. Now of course, good performances on the pitch would be the best way to get the fans back on your side. However, in Griezmann's first season back with Atletico, it didn't go that well at all. In fact, due to an injury-plagued season, Griezmann only managed to get 8 goals and 7 assists in 39 games, his worst goal contribution stat line in almost a decade. But Atleti fans would eventually forgive him and love the boy again, because in the 22-23 season, Griezmann showed early signs that he was getting his swagger back. Despite an initial disagreement between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, which limited Griezmann's playtime, he still managed to ball out overall in the season, getting himself 16 goals and 19 assists in 48 games, leading La Liga in assists as well. So as we can see from Griezmann's 22-23 campaign, he was clearly back on his way to becoming the best again, but it was only going to get better for him. We just didn't know it until now obviously. Before that though, an unnamed Saudi Arabian club put in a huge offer to Atletico Madrid for Griezmann, and Atleti were willing to accept it if Griezmann wanted to leave. However, Griezmann probably realized that Atletico needed him more than ever this season, considering João Felix was on his way out to Barcelona. So despite life-changing money, even though let's be real, Griezmann already has enough money in his life, he decided to stay with Atletico for the 23-24 campaign to show that he can still hang in European football. You just gotta respect that. Now for the first 2 games of the 23-24 La Liga campaign, Griezmann didn't really do as well, but the third game was when he really started to show his excellent form again. That's because in the 7-0 thrashing of Rayo Vallecano, Griezmann played a big part in that, and also scored his first goal of the season. Then against Real Madrid, Atletico's inter-city rivals, Griezmann was arguably the best player on the pitch, and even scored a goal to help defeat Real 3-1. The following game was against Osasuna, and Griezmann went on and bagged himself a goal in a 2-0 win as well. Moving on to another good opposition, Real Sociedad, Griezmann's old club as well, he scored a very crucial goal to help secure all 3 points against them in a 2-1 win. Then in the game against Celta Vigo, Griezmann got his first hat-trick in a very long time, scoring 3 goals in a 3-0 win over that club. So in only La Liga so far, Griezmann has gotten himself 7 goals, being joint second in the goal-scoring charts right now, only behind Jude Bellingham, who's having himself an incredible season as well. But Griezmann isn't just performing great in La Liga, he's also doing it in the Champions League. In the game against Feyenoord, where Atletico won 3-2, Griezmann got his first UCL goal in the campaign. Then in the game against Celtic after that, he got a goal in the 2-2 draw away from home. But then in the next game against Celtic, which recently happened, Atletico Madrid absolutely thrashed the legendary Scottish club, and Griezmann got himself 2 goals, including an amazing bicycle kick. So overall, in Griezmann's club form for Atletico Madrid right now, he's got 11 goals in 15 games. And this has football fans all over the world debating about whether Griezmann is the best player in the world right now or not. But it's not just the goals that's making Griezmann so great again. It's the fact that he's become the main man for Atletico again this season, and he's the one dictating the play on the attacking side of the game. To go over some stats, Griezmann is in the 99th percentile for goals per 90, 96th percentile for goals and assists per 90, 98th percentile in XG per 90, 96th percentile in non-penalty XG, 99th percentile for goals away from home, 90th percentile for shots on target, 97th percentile for shot conversion rate at 98%, 83rd percentile for shot accuracy with 58.82%, 89th percentile for key passes with 17, 87th percentile for successful crosses, and 100% for penalty conversion rate this season. Now I know I just threw a bunch of random stats at you, but basically if you didn't understand what I was saying, what you need to know is Griezmann is playing out of his mind for Atletico Madrid right now. It's not just on the attacking side of the pitch though, he's also doing well defensively, because in the past 2 seasons, he's in the 94th percentile in tackles, 92nd percentile for tackles won, and 96th percentile in interceptions for attackers. So on both sides of the ball, Griezmann is putting an insane shift in. Now honestly, if Griezmann continues to put in performances like these throughout the season, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I hear some Ballon d'Or shouts, especially if France go all the way in the Euros and Griezmann plays a big part in that. He probably will, because recently for the French national team, Griezmann has been their best player besides Kylian Mbappe. In fact, he captained the French side against the Euro host Germany in September, where they lost 2-1, but Griezmann got France's lone goal, and then in October against Scotland, Griezmann got an assist in the 4-1 win. So with Griezmann being entrusted with the captain's armband and continuously getting goal contributions with the French national team, I wouldn't be surprised if France's stacked squad goes all the way in the Euros and Griezmann plays a big part in that. And if he does, like I said, I seriously wouldn't be surprised if I hear some early Ballon d'Or shouts. And as we all know, the Ballon d'Or is given to the best player of the season. The reason why Haaland didn't win the Ballon d'Or this year was because he simply was the best striker last season, but as an overall player, he wasn't seen as the best, because that was Messi, who was on fire for both PSG and Argentina, despite what the haters say otherwise. So with Messi being the best overall player, he won the Ballon d'Or. I know what I just said is a little bit random, but if Griezmann also becomes the best overall player in the 23-24 campaign, which he's on track to do so, I can see something similar happening to Griezmann at the Ballon d'Or ceremony. Because like I mentioned, both attacking and defending wise, Griezmann is one of the best overall. So if he does continue this form, being nominated for the Ballon d'Or, which has happened before, wouldn't be that surprising. A lot of people are going to come at me in the comments for my opinion, but I feel like people are not talking about how good Griezmann has been this season. He's simply been world class. Nevertheless, what do y'all think about Griezmann this season? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter and my Instagram. The links are in my YouTube description. And last but not least, if you want to learn more about Antoine Griezmann's backstory and how he got to this point so far, you definitely want to check out this video right here. You won't regret it.